Hello and welcome back to Dancing with Mrs. Edwards. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I've been asked by many of you guys to work on flexibility, to work on a couple of like Pilates, yoga, and ballet moves for you guys, and today that is exactly what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be learning how to articulate our feet, become more flexible in our hip flexors and our legs and our feet, our metatarsals, our toes, all of those different things to get us prepared to do some different ballet moves and some different point work. So stay tuned with us. We're going to go through the entire flexibility training, and then we're going to work on feet and see how well you guys like this. So this is a little different. We're just switching it up a little bit, getting a little bit of fun fitness in here while we're going. So stay tuned and enjoy this series. So as you can see, I have kind of changed out a little bit. I'm here outside in the park. It's a nice warm day. Wonderful time to get in some fitness. So I have switched out into some ballet flats. If you do not have these, socks are perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about that. But just remember, you want to keep your feet protected, but you don't want to have to be able to wear sneakers for this. You want to be able to see what your feet are doing. So we're going to start off in a basic butterfly position, and we're going to start warming up here by taking a couple deep breaths in, and you're going to press your elbows down on your thighs and press those knees down. All right, and breathe into it nice and deeply. And if you feel that you're really good here, you can lean forward, keep the back. You don't want to hunch over. You never want to do that. You want to keep it nice and tall and lean forward and press into those knees. To our middle splits, which I know many people have asked, how do we work on middle splits? So I'm going to give you guys 2 stretches to work on those middle splits. Let's go into middle splits. We're going to do a straddle, so we're going to take both of our feet, we're going to back up a little bit on our mat, straddle it out, and our toes are pointed straight up into the air, and same exact thing. You're going to kind of tuck in from the belly, so you're going to pull your belly button in, and you're going to lean forward, keeping a nice flat back, and you want to go as far as you can, all the way down. Go as far as you can. Don't worry about that. You want to hold this anywhere between like 10 to 20 seconds. And then from there, we're going to go to either side. So I'm going to go to my left, your right. Feet are still pointed straight up into the air. And we're going to hold this for 10 to 20 seconds. And you want to breathe deeply into it. All right? Then you can begin to point the toe and keep the back nice and straight and long. Then turn your body to the front, raise your arm overhead, and hold that for 10 seconds. And obviously, anything that you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So I'm going to roll all the way around and kind of reach around to get to my right side. I find that so much easier than just kind of sitting straight back up and then going back down again. So foot is still pointed up to the sky, and you're holding that for 10 to 20 seconds, breathing deeply into this stretch, keeping the back nice and straight, then pointing the toe and holding it there. Then I turn torso towards the front, roll that arm overhead, and come back to center. All right, so now that we've kind of opened up the hips, now we're going to go into a couple different stretches to open that hip flexor. So I'm going to do what's called like a standing frog position, or a straddle sit for some people. So you're going to bring the feet as close to the body as possible, and you're going to roll the hips forward. You're going to press the elbows into the backs of your knees, and you're going to press back and press into this and sit nice and wide. You know, if you can only get to about right here, that's absolutely fine. But if you can get all the way down to the floor, that's really good. Nice open hips here, and you should be feeling it in your hip flexor. All right, for those looking for a deeper and more challenging stretch / balancing act, what you can do is you can put your hands on your mat, come up to demi point, continue in that stretch and hold it right here, which obviously is a great workout for balance. And hold that for like anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds, breathing into this, opening, being mindful of your balance, and releasing it back down. So those are different ways that we can open up our hips. So you've gone from butterfly to straddle, then we've gone all the way up and over on both sides into your frog sit, and then you can take that frog position and go from standing to laying flat. So what you want to be able to do is sit in that position like you were in standing. Feet are kind of nice and parallel onto the ground that you're on or on your mat, and you want to sit in it nice and wide. The wider you can get, the easier it's going to be for those straddle positions. So if you're working on a middle split, this is a really great kind of stretch for you, and for all of my ballerinas working on our turnout. So this is something that we all work on and we all struggle with, and we're all trying to get better with it. So yes, and you just kind of want to sit in this position, and if you can bring it forward, keeping a nice flat back, it will help with this position, breathing deeply into it. So that is a frog position seated and a frog position kind of standing. So moving on, and stay with us, we are going to continue on working on feet articulation. So stay with us. Thank you so much.